Greetings people from Bears Blend and welcome to the third and final bracket of the Whisky 2017 Shootout. I thought we had one more bracket after this, but well, that's not the case. After this we're going straight to the finales. So yeah, the finale contains 3 whiskies instead of 4. But I don't think that's not going to be a problem. If it's going to mean anything, it's that it's going to be less hard for me to pick one. Because, well, I think the finale is going to be really hard. So, yes, well, we have, again, for the Whisky series. If you want to know more about this whole thing, go to the first video of this series, and there I explain a little bit more. But in short, I am completely blind here. I do not know what whiskies are in these glasses. I do know the whiskies that I picked for this whole shootout. Those are the whiskies that I reviewed, this year. So, well, you can see probably somewhere over there a list of all the whiskies that's in this glass. And down in the description you can also see a link to the reviews of every single individual whiskey. So, yeah, and I'm gonna pick one whiskey in the finale to be my whiskey of the year. So, yes, well, 4 whiskies. Well, I suggest we get started. First I'm gonna nose them all, then I'm gonna taste them all neat, and then I will add 1 or 2 drops of water, just to open them up a bit, lower the ABV a little bit, and yeah, that actually. Alright, well, number 1. I am going to try to make this a little shorter. The last one was, well, quite a long video, so yeah. I don't think this is a natural color to begin with. It has a little bit of that fake glow. This is a smoky whiskey. But I thought we already... Yeah, this is definitely not a smoky whiskey. And I thought we already did the smoky bracket. And I clearly told the person who poured all these to, well, do the smoky whiskies in one bracket. So yeah, I thought I did the smoky bracket already, and well, I was talking about Lagavulin and all that kind of stuff, but wow. Yeah, this is definitely a smoky one. Yeah, it reminds me of Lagavulin though, like that iodine type smokiness. Glass number 2. This is more of a peaty bonfire smoke. Definitely. Maltiness, grain, definitely. This reminds me a little bit of Highland Park. No sherry influence, no chocolate on the nose. I think I am getting some citrus notes. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the smoky bracket, I guess. But that's strange because I was sure that my favorite from the first bracket was Lagavulin. Probably not, though. Yes. The way I do this, by the way, is, well, I need to clean my nose and my palate all the time, because otherwise all the notes will mix in with each other, and, well, we don't want that, of course. So a good method is smell at something that has a deep but clean smell, like coffee beans, or I think maybe sugar, because sugar doesn't really have a smell, but it has that. Yeah, you just have to try it. But I can just smell at the back of my hand. That also works. Well, if you don't well, wash it with yeah, what is it? Some really interesting soaps. Otherwise, well, you will just get that note in your nose. But yeah, my backhand smells nice and fresh though. So yeah. Okay. Glass numero 3. This one, yeah, this is definitely a natural color, I believe. If this is indeed Lagavulin 16, that one is colored though, I believe. So, but yeah, you can see this is definitely, well, maybe you cannot see, but this is definitely a amber kind of color. Oh, this one is more muddy. This is more muddy, peaty nose. Yeah, definitely. Some tar. I really like smoky whiskies. I've never done a smoky shootout. There is that kind of wet wood smoke. It reminds me of wet wood. Interesting. Very different, yet all similar to each other. Well, the last glass, number 4. This one probably also a natural color. Or, well, maybe there is a hint of that little caramel glow of the E150, but I don't think there's been added much, even at all. This one is more subtle. I think this is an older one. Or just a really mellow one in general. It is definitely smoky, but it's mellow. The peat is more mellow, yet it is complex. But coming off number 3, it's definitely a big difference. Yeah, maltiness, graininess, some oranges, vanilla, honey, bourbon notes, fresh fruits. Interesting. Very interesting. Number 4 is more mellow. So, yeah. Well, number 1. Yeah, yeah. This is Lagavulin. This is Lagavulin. Or even, can this be the Bowmore maybe? This may actually be the Bowmore. Because there is some strong smokiness in here. And yet it has that iodine note. Spicy at the end. Yeah. Nice. I like this a lot. I think this is a smoke in the aftertaste. Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah, this one does not have that chocolate finish that I remember from the Lagavulin. But I could have sworn that it was in bracket 1. Apparently, maybe not. But yeah, I think this is the Bowmore, honestly. Maybe. It very well could be, because it has that strong smokiness that you will find in like a younger whiskey. A younger peated whiskey. I am going to clean my my palate after I taste well, 1 instead of, well, 2 or 3 like I did in the previous ones, because, well, the peat covers a lot of your mouth and it's intense. So yeah. You do not want to mix in like a fruity Speyside or a complex Highland into this, because the smoke will just take over. But also you don't want to include like 18-year-old Islas with really young and peat heavy Islas, because, well, with age peat mellows down, the smoke mellows down, it becomes more rounded, and some other notes will come to the forefront a little bit more. Cask influences, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Completely different. Completely different. I don't think this is an Isla at all. I think this is the Highland Park. The Highland Park Harald. But it has that really distinct smokiness. Full creamy mouthfeel from the non-chill filtration, because I don't think Highland Park chills their whiskey. Otherwise, this is a really good mouthfeel, if this is even Highland Park. But yeah, we are in the Smokies at the moment, so this probably is Highland Park. Creamy, rich, full vanilla honey chunks, and those vanilla sticks, you know. Chocolate appearing on the nose and in the aftertaste now. Creaminess, a lot of creaminess going on in the nose in here. And the peat is more in the background, and it has like that bonfire smoke, that, yeah, just your normal wood smoke mixed in with all the other notes. But no iodine, no disinfection, hospital stuff. There is something in here that I cannot put my nose on. I'm sorry for talking really bad English at the moment, but sometimes that happens. I need to warm up a little bit, you know. Interesting nose, really complex. I like it. It smells older than, well, it is, because if this is indeed the Highland Park Harald, which it probably is not, it is a non-age statement one. And, well, I do not expect that nose for, well, a non-age statement whiskey. But the fact is, non-age statement Islas, or peated whiskies in general, because, well, Highland Park is from Orkney, so it's not from the Isla category, it's from the island category. Same as Scapa and what other island malts do we have? Jura and maybe some others. But it's different, and the fact is, with, well, not aged in whiskies, you can mix and blend a lot. And I think with peated ones, it's better than, for instance, Highland malts, etc. Because I like my whiskies old, but the Isla and the peated whiskies, I like them non-age stated, because, well, they can put some older whiskies in there for that rich complexity, and some younger ones for that heavy peat influence. So if I am going to go with a non-age stated whiskey, or an Isla in general, then, well, or an island, I probably end up with a non-age stated one. Also for the fact that aged island or Isla whiskies, peated whiskies, are expensive. Old Highland Parks, old Lafroigs, old Lagavulins, those get really, really expensive. So, yeah. That's why non-age statement whiskies is such a hype in Scotland at the moment, and all over the world, by the way. I personally, I don't have a problem with non-age stated whiskies until the point where they reach triple digits, or get really, really expensive. Like, the most expensive non-aged whiskey that I have at the moment is probably my Macallan Sienna. I am looking around at the moment. Westland American Oak is also a non-aged stated, but Westland hasn't been around for that long, so you can kind of guess how old it is, approximately. But yeah. I also have some closed boxes, but I don't think there's an old peat one or another not age stated whiskey that is really expensive. I have a Lagavulin Distillers Edition from 1999 or 2000. I don't really know. 2000. I can't articulate properly today. I also have an old Poltony 17-year-old. So, yeah. That's also kind of the that's not really Isla though. It's Old Poltony is kind of on its own. But yeah, let's continue instead of rambling about, well, every single thing. Yeah, I just like these colors. These colors, you can just see these are quality colors. And, well, if there is any color added to number 3 here, it's not much. It has a really nice rich color. The nose is interesting though. I can sense some hint of sherry influence, but very, very, very faint in the background. But yeah, I'm always looking for those sherry hints. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it, it comes out a little bit more, a little bit stronger, but there's definitely smoke. This one is kind of a mix between that really like a hospital smoke note and that really bonfire wood smoke. You know, this is kind of a mix, and I like it. This one has some muddy notes, smoked mud. I don't know. Peat, yes, of course. Oranges, orange zest, yeah, maltiness, of course. This is a bit younger, I believe. This one could be the Ardmore, actually, now I am thinking about it. Yeah, this could be the Ardmore. I don't think it's the Bowmore. Bowmore is more sherry influenced and is more like a Lafroig. This one is leaning more towards the Highland Park type smoke, the bonfire smoke, than the medicinal note. Now kind of a vanilla pudding, heavy, sweet pudding is coming up. Baking spices. Buttery. Oh my god, this is an amazing nose. Really interesting though. I like it a lot. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's pleasant, it's nice, it's complex. It has, well, everything that I am looking for in a nose. It has that fruitiness in the background. Let me just take a little sip. Don't run away. Let's, well, taste it. Mm. I'm searching for that metallic youthness, you know? Oh! No, I don't think it's youthness. That's the thing. People can get away with not age-stated peated or low age-peated whiskies because, well, the peat covers up that metallic youthness note quite well. And no, I am not. I mean, if you try to look for it and you have it in your head, then yeah, you might actually taste it. But it's at that point, it's no longer a challenge in the glass, but it's in your head. Your mind can actually make up those notes. So it might not actually be in the glass. But the nose is really nice on this one. It's pleasant. At first, it's kind of simple, transitioning a lot, and well, then it opens up a bit. I think this one will go with a drop of water very, very well. And taste-wise, it's also nice and pleasant. It's not really young, but it's at first it's kind of a simple whiskey, kind of, yeah, easy to drink. It's not really smoky. All these ones that I've tasted so far are not real high ABV ones. Probably around 43. I don't think there's a 40er in here because the 40% whiskies will smell dull and taste a little bit watered down and dull in my opinion, if you really compare it. But yeah, I don't really have low ABV whiskies to begin with. I have a couple 40 ones, but most of my whiskies are 43 and above. So, yeah, I like my whiskies with a high ABV because that's better, in my opinion. But if a whiskey is indeed 40% and it tastes good and you like it, well, there's no man overboard. Because the bottom line is you need to like it. And if you like it, whether or not it is expensive, or it's cheap, or it has chill filtration, it has color. Take Dalmore, for instance. Dalmore is probably the most heavily impacted whiskey with color and chill filtration and low ABVs and that kind of stuff. and it's hated for that. But a lot of people like it because, well, it still is a good whiskey, and in my opinion, it is. But score-wise, I cannot let it compete with the whiskies that are natural all around with high ABV, etc., etc. Number 4. Yeah, this one is. If you go really deep in this, you will find a note like some, I don't know, like some notes that you'll find in well, when you're building something or some, I don't know, some building material. It's an interesting nose for sure, but if I like it more than the other 3, I mean, sure, it's okay, it's nice, but if I need to pick, then on nose neat-wise, it's behind the rest. But still, it's good, it's nice, but yeah. Yeah, this one lacks the finish and the aftertaste, and the development is kind of late. But the finish and the aftertaste is nice and pleasant. I like it a lot. But this one is probably a low ABV one. Yeah, this one is a low ABV whiskey, I think. I'm not getting a lot of notes on the nose, and in the taste, it's kind of held back. It doesn't taste watered down. It has a nice mouthfeel. It's coating, nice, mouth watering. But it's a nice, pleasant one. But yeah, it has some nice notes. In the aftertaste and in the finish, though, I must say, I do not get those notes with the other ones. One more sip. Yeah. It's nice, though. Oh, little freshness appearing. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. Is there anyone that I can eliminate at this point? Maybe number 4. But number 4 is less peaty. And I think more complex when you start searching for certain notes. That may actually be the Johnnie Walker Platinum label, though. Or the green label. Nice creamy caramel, toffee, vanilla notes in the finish. Nice. Let me add just a little bit of water to all of them. Because, well, that's what we want to do, of course. But I like them all equally. They are different. Every single one of these is different. Yet similar in the, well, not really similar. Just the only similarity between these ones is just there is some smoke. There is smoke. That's it. The different notes of smoke, the different type of tastes and all that stuff is all different in every single one of these. So this is going to be hard. Oh, that's a little bit much. Alright. Just a little bit. Yeah. I'm just gonna add some water to all of them. Probably around 3 to 4 drops. Because, well, I just want to see what all of these whiskies can do when they have added some water. Just put the cover up, just take a little sip, clean out the palate. I do like this. This has that coming from all the other ones and then coming to number one again. It's like coming home for me. I get that coming home feeling, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it is Lagavulin. If this is indeed the Lagavulin, that is really interesting. But it's like coming home. It's so nice, complex and rich and upfront. You don't have to search for it. It's all there. It's pronounced. It's even with water, it is. It has come alive so much. Mmm. Mm. Yes. I am getting that smoked meat. Like a smoked piece of pork or bacon or beef or just smoked meat. Maybe even like the thing you see in Germany a lot when they have the pig on a spit, turning it around above a fire. Yes, it reminds me of that. And now some complex smokiness with some chocolate disappearing. I can drink this all day long. It's so nice and pleasant, complex, yet it's all there. You don't have to go on a journey, a difficult journey to discover everything. You can pick out the notes really simply, and then at the back there are more subtle notes. It's rich. That's the right word for this whiskey. It's rich. It is so nice. From what I can remember, this one takes it. All of those three. Just for that feeling alone of like that coming home feeling for me, that's enough to say, well, I like that one better. Still salivating and mouth-watering and everything. It's, oh my god, it's good. I'm seriously thinking, if this is the Lagavulin 16, I may have to buy another bottle. Actually, I do have another bottle. I have the Distiller's Edition. And I need to crack that one open as soon as, well, that one is empty. Because this one is it's so good. I like interesting whiskeys, etc. And I like everything. But it's just, this one, it's just coming home for me. Everything is there what I'm looking for. I can just sit and watch the show and get all the notes right away. I think this one may... I don't know what this is, but I haven't had that coming home feeling, what I keep talking about, like in a single whiskey that I've had. I think this is just my personal favorite, whatever this is. It reminds me of Lagavulin, but so did one whiskey in bracket 1. So either the person that poured these mixed this up, or I don't know. It's like I still have it in my mouth after all this time. I still have it. And I don't have like any cracker or something that I can clean it with. And that's the difficult part with the peaty whiskies. The smokiness and the peatiness really lingers a lot. Alright, let's see what this does. This has become chocolate pudding like. Yes, definitely. Some sort of a vanilla honey. I don't know about honey, but deep dark caramel. Salted caramel, I think. Yeah. Salted caramel with some vanilla in the back. With some smokiness. Some smoked meat. Lightly smoked, though. Yeah. The taste is buttery and sweet. Coming from number 1, but then turning a little bit more bitter. But not unpleasantly bitter like you'll find in some lemons or the drink bitter lemon. but the nice bitterness. This is pleasant, but it's only for a short while, just to add a little bit complexity. Now it has turned nice again. Nice and sweet. If you know what I mean, like, bitter is not a bad note. Huh, that's nice. Yeah, I think this is the Highland Park one, though. It's closely behind number 1. Closely behind, but that's just because it's evenly rich, I would say, with that little bit of water. But I just like the notes better in number 1. It's more me, it's more my style. Yet, number 2 is also really nice. And, well, if you're looking at buying one of these, I don't know what's in here, but if this one is like, let's say, if this one is 60 and this one is 30, let's just say, which one should you get? Both. But I should say this, because this is definitely, if it is that amount cheaper, it's value for your money. These are both good, both excellent, but it's coming down for me if I want to buy them again or buy them more often, which one is cheaper, because I like them both. This one is a little bit easier though. This one, number 2, does not have that really lingering aftertaste. This one really does have that. But both really nice, pleasant, amazing whiskeys, probably ending up with the same score. Amazing, but different. If this is indeed the Lagavulin, it has been aged in sherry, finished or aged, or it has sherry influences. And if this is indeed the Highland Park, then it could have had some sherry influence. But, well, because it's younger and blah 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 blah, the sherry influence is stronger in this one than in that, I think. Well, this also maybe because this is an island, this is an island. I don't know, but I am for sure going to do a comparison between this and that in a later video when I know what whiskey it is. Because these two are probably close in complexity and richness, but really different in notes, etc. And it's really interesting to compare those two and talk about where do those notes come from. Alright. This is not a case of 10%, 20% ahead. No, it's just which flavors do I prefer over some others. I like this over this just because of the notes. But this one, if you give me this, I will definitely not be disappointed. This is an amazing whiskey. I don't want to sound like you should get this, you should get that too. You should get them both. Just both. And I do not have a favorite, like, objectively. But if I look from my personal heart, which whiskey will I go with? Which one will I buy? If I had to choose, well, this one, because that's more my alley. Alright. Number 3. With that nice color. Ooh. Different. It's harsher. It's more muddy. More, I don't know, more fresh peat. I do not know what peat smells like. A lot of people say peat doesn't smell like anything. Well, okay. At this point, it just tastes a little bit more watered down. Yet the finish and the development is nice. And the finish is nice. It's really nice, the finish. Ooh, I like it a lot. Yeah, this one is definitely behind number 2. Yet it is nice as well. But yeah, I should say number 2 is better than number 3. Because they share some. And in the taste, number 3 is a little bit more, I don't want to say lacking, but yeah, maybe lacking. But the nose is definitely, bam, in your face, like muddiness, etc, etc. It's nice, but I prefer these two. Yet I can see myself getting number 3 over 1 or 2 if I just wanna, if I just want a drink that slaps me in the face and just wakes me up or something. Yeah, then I will definitely go with number 3, because also the aftertaste, etc. It comes alive really quick. So definitely a good one, yes. But falling behind number 2 in the competition. And again, we are taking over half an hour with this. Can't do anything about it, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, number 4. This one has a bit of a sourness to it, I think. Yeah, the sourness is gone. Yeah. Maybe some sour orange. And there are a couple things in whiskey which put me off a bit, and that sourness and that really fresh, sharp freshness. Those two things are putting me off in whiskeys, and this one has that sourness in the back. All the notes are pleasant though. It is cohesion with all the rest of the notes in the whiskey, but it's... Maltiness appearing, yes. I think there's some grain in here. If you compare this to all those other three, these are kind of in the same direction. This one is heading off a couple degrees. It's different. And I think this is a blended one. How many minutes do I have? I only have 5 minutes left. God damn it. I think number 3 and 4 are close. Maybe 5-10% of each other. Both good. Depends on your mood which one you would like, and it depends on you personally. But yeah, I'm gonna go with number 1, I think. Definitely number 1, yes. Such a good one. Number 1, going to the finale. Number 2 is close behind. But I just prefer the notes of number 1. It's easy, it's equally rich and full and... Oh yeah. Number 2 is also really good. Complex, rich, full. But different. Different. And number 3 and 4. Number 4 is kind of an outsider, I think. But number 3 is nice, but it cannot compete between these ones. Closest rival that one has is definitely number 4. So, I thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. Leave it a thumbs up. Next up, the finale. I am really hyped to see what whiskey I will pick for my whiskey of the year. So, well, I suggest you keep an eye out, because it will be online shortly. So, well, I thank you for watching, and well, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.